E-hailing operators and drivers have submitted a memorandum of demand to government officials. They want state assistance, saying they're struggling to make ends meet. The drivers embarked on a 3-day national strike. Starting from today, they want the current e-hailing model in the country to be overhauled. E-hailing operators and drivers also want the industry to be regulated and legislated. They say the current model is not profitable, with ride rates remaining the same for years despite fuel increases. SABC News reporter Ofentse Setimo has been tracking this story. Very good afternoon to you, Ofentse. Just give us a sense of where you are now and what's happened so far.
Thank you very much, Nzinga. We're actually coming to you now from the union buildings. It's actually the culmination of the day-long march by the e-hailing drivers, actually saying that there are some unfair practices that they want to bring the attention of government to, and they also want government to also intervene by regulating the sector in order to ensure that, there's some sort of a fair practice. They have alleged that the operators like Uber and Bolt are the ones actually, taking all the profits, while at the same time they're only taking, meager salaries, as they have to now, cover the cost of petrol and also of maintaining their cars. And they are saying that over the years, despite the hike in the costs of operating their Ubers and Bolt, they are saying that their fares have actually been dropped by the powers that be without any consultation with the workers on the ground. But they have assembled here outside the union buildings to try and speak to the Office of the President, as they were saying that there was an e-hailing act since 2016. The government hasn't moved on it, and they are saying once that is put into law, there could be some sort of a regulation enforcing some sort of a fair treatment. Here are some of the drivers here. Obviously, the next 3 days it will still be continuing. How are you going to make sure about weakening your strike?
Firstly, we are here at the unit buildings to ensure that we hold these e-hailing companies accountable. So, ngoba sila sisonke lana senza show ukuthi bonke abafowethu abaku platform fanele ba benefit ngale. We've been working for almost 5 years. There's been no change. The fuel is going up every month or every 2 weeks, but the prices has not changed. So we are here to show our frustration to the president, because the ANC government has failed us dismally. They have failed us, and they don't even know what to do. So we are here, we are taking it to ourselves to fight for ourselves, because we wake up every day at 5 o'clock until 12 o'clock in the evening, and we come back home, there's nothing for us. And we've been on this thing for almost 5 years now.
How have you been affected by the petrol hikes in terms of the profit that you are making after, say, a week?
The transport business relies on fuel. The transport business relies on fuel. If your expenses are too high, you are not making any profit. You need to ensure that you are making profit. It all relies on the fuel. If your fuel is up, the prices must go up. As the normal taxis, they are always raising their prices. They are always adjusting their prices according to the fuel.
Thank you so much, Ofentse. But how are you going to make sure that this strike has an impact and there's no people that are continuing with the services?
Let me thank everyone who came here out here to support each other, because this is a very, very difficult time, and the cost of living is too high. Those who are working, as we are speaking now, when we are done here, we are going to deal with them, because now we are here striking, trying to make a means of living for everyone, and there are people who are supporting Bolt, and whereas Bolt is exploiting us. So with everyone who's a driver in South Africa, even those who never saw that the strike is coming, they see now the strike is 3 days. So we want them to know that we are striking now, and now we don't want anyone on the street, so that this strike has an impact. And another thing that we are crying for is the taxi drivers, extortion, criminality against Uber drivers and Bolt drivers, e-hailing in particular. So, my man, we say to the minister and the MEC, can they please step up? Because we are paying tax for it. Each and every day we are paying tax, we are paying everything. There's nothing So these people, these MECs and Ministers of Transport, Fikile Mbalula, they must come to a party and tell us what must we do now. Thank you.
Sure. Can you just tell us 3 days no salary? How are you going to survive?
No, I think it's the best, man. It's the best way to go, because what are we working for? Even if we are working, there's no salary. Because the only thing that we are doing, we are just making those guys up there to be rich. And then in South Africa, we are not even considered as drivers, whereas we are also paying tax. That's the reason why today we decide, no, guys, we have to come here to show these guys that we are, like, they have to take us for consideration. You get a point? Because we have families that we need to support. How do you support a family? Just it's a question posed to you. How do you support a family with a 27 rand in a trip that cost you maybe? I'm like I mean, you won't support your family. So that's the reason why we are striking. We say no, Becky has to be a man and man up. Actually, we don't even know Becky, but he has to man up and change this nonsense. You get a point? That's the thing. Thank you so much.
That's the sentiment that we are getting, very different sentiments from drivers. Actually, we had the last one actually saying that, imagine for a single trip actually making 27 rand, that's an amount that, you can't even buy a meal with. So they're saying that government needs to intervene to sort of protect them against exploitative operations within these e-hailing operators. And with that, back to studio.